Hello, my precious pensive Pisces. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of December. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. So, Pisces, we're about to just jump right into it. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had Beyonce come out. Now, when I saw Beyonce, I was really hearing more of the controversy of her, you know, staying with her abuser through abuses and, you know, like staying around through the bad things until the masculine is kind of beat into submission in some sort of way. I was also hearing the controversy about how she, you know, speaks about woman empowerment, yet her brand, a lot of the things that she's is made from slave labor, right? So of course there's that capitalistic energy that always kind of comes out with Beyonce and what that means for women empowerment. But one thing is for sure, nothing stood in Beyonce's way, right? She definitely has manifested a life for herself through her magic with a bat and her piece, right? And, you know, like, you know, she is going to, you know, get a baseball bat and destroy a car, right? I don't listen to Beyonce or anything, but I know so much about her life. And I have seen like pieces of her music video kind of against my will. You know, it's just kind of there. And she, you know, has enough money in order to destroy cars and things like that. And that is her expression of her feminine. And, you know, I was just thinking, honestly, because I've never really been a Beyonce fan, as I said. But tapping into your energy, Pisces, I was feeling like, who's to say what's wrong with her expression of the way she manifests her feminine power, so to speak, right? She got through a man's world, and that is why she is Beyonce. Behind came Bjork, and I'm only bringing Bjork out because Bjork is my favorite. She is a triple Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. She has come up in Scorpio reading, Aries reading, and Gemini. And it was on Scorpio, it happened on her birthday. And then for Gemini and Aries, it happened the day after. So she's been very prominent. Bjork, you know, we still have Mercury in Scorpio, and now Venus is in Scorpio. So even though we've entered Sagittarius season here at the end of November, it still is, you know, a very deep time where we might seem like we're lost in these Scorpio depths here. And Bjork is a very different kind of divine feminine energy. She definitely has devoured life whole here and really, you know, taken taking the bad with the good, and instead of, you know, destroying, well, I mean, she talks about throwing car pieces off a mountain and wondering what her body would sound like if she was that car piece, right? So she takes us to some like different kind of emotional destruction. But, you know, her money is made in a very different way, right? Only from her music. And she's hired the top programmers in the world in order to create virtual reality music videos and virtual reality apps where you experience her song, not only as a song, but as a landscape. She, you know, hires giant choirs to work with her. And of course, she's from Iceland, so it's all living wage. And she, you know, puts money into, working with mathematicians and things in order to make rooms that are instruments, like making her own instruments. So some really cool energy that I haven't even tapped into when it comes to Bjork that's coming out for you, Pisces. So it looks like there's definitely some very creative energy around you, okay? So we definitely have kind of this juxtaposition of the feminine energy here to start with. But we have Beyonce, you know, confidence can be the most powerful aphrodisiac. So it definitely looks like confidence is key. And you have kind of understood that the more you are confident in yourself, no matter what system you are going through, or no matter what your end goal is, Like you want to get to the top in some sort of way. The lifestyle is be both everywhere and nowhere at once. That is a Piscean quality if I ever did see one. You know, like everywhere and nowhere at once. There is definitely this omnipresent sort of energy, right? Like Beyonce's everywhere, but also, you know, whatever. Exactly. It's these weird philosophical energies of like being nowhere and everywhere at the same time. So it definitely looks like you're in your element. You might be a little bit scattered all over the place, Pisces. But the inspiration is when someone sings from the heart, don't go tone deaf. And I was really feeling this energy of, you know, Bjork has a heartbreak album that is comparable to Lemonade, I say, if not deeper. Like, honestly, it's about basically being betrayed by the person that you are building your kingdom with, having your children with, and, you know, what that entails. So, yeah, some very, very deep hurt in both of them. And when someone sings that deep from the heart, you can't go tone deaf. And that's why you can't go tone deaf on Bjork. Her Volnikura album will make you cry for, at least I'm assuming it's that scorpionic depth. But her lifestyle is organize an orgy with the sky and sea. And that also sounds like you Pisces too. You know, making love to everything around, and evolved Piscean energy really has the greatest creation to just make love to everything around it, right? You are that kind of walking love. That emotional validity of all of humanity really resides within the Piscean energy that we're balancing. So organizing an orgy with the sky and sea, that can definitely be some sex magic energy. And optimism is energy, so it does look like you're keeping a very optimistic energy around you, which is really good. Even if you're gonna have to break a few things and yada yada, you're definitely still keeping optimistic about things, which is great to see. We have the Five of Chalices coming out in reverse, and this is like getting rid of sadness, right? The Five of Chalices is when you're sad, you're disappointed, there's, you know, heartbreak, some sort of emotional letdown. You might have 5 glasses of wine and you're over that energy. But we did have the Nine of Chalices come out in reverse. So there could be something about a birthday maybe that's coming up and you're like, I'm not going to be sad on my birthday again. But also I feel like there's something that hasn't happened in Aries season. Like we have all this Scorpio energy, and I was really feeling that something starts on the new year, which of course is not December 31st. The new year ends when Pisces season ends and Aries begins, right? We are just starting to go into the months of darkness, and it looks like you're like, this isn't going to make me sad. I'm going to devour life whole here. We did have, I also felt that there was some kind of energy coming for your throat, and it felt like a knife. I'm not going to lie, Pisces. So be very careful about what is being cast, about, you know, maybe what you're speaking about and things like that. So just, you know, take the high road is what I'm hearing. We have Go-Go using overrun. So this is some Capricorn energy. Can also be Aries, very fast moving, kind of like a Gemini fast moving energy, or even, you know, Sagittarius, Centaur. But something is really overrunning your heart here. It's causing some sort of psychic division in your third eye, and this is an intrusion on your heart. So there is something kind of overrunning on your heart, and the only reason why I brought these 3 out is because all 3 have already come out this season for the other signs very prominently. So I suggest watching your Sun, Moon, Rising to see if there are some current themes. And then after it was Bronzer using Hammer In. So Pisces, it really wants to hammer in for you that there is something overrunning your heart. And we also had Sylveon X. This is a holographic in this deck. This is like an X using Precious Ribbon. So this could be an X coming at you looking, you know, like a little gift sort of thing. Be very, very careful about that. Okay, let's see. To start off our Shufflemancy, 14,000 songs on this iPod. It has some like books on tape and stuff. The Perfect Year, Dina Carroll. Yeah, I knew there's something about a year. So it seems like whatever transition you are really going through, it has not been a full solar revolution. of this cycle. So there's still some more to go through. Let's learn a little bit more about Beyonce, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Beyonce is the most radical and dynamic pop performer of our time, a diva who makes everyone else's grandest gesture seem tiny. What Queen Bey offers in her performances and with her persona is a fierce new model of capitalist feminism, the embodiment of musical superstar, female power, and unrelenting self-belief. In her spare time, she has created her own fashion and perfume lines, become an A-list Hollywood actor, and an influential advocate of social justice, and married the undisputed, swagged out heavyweight champion of hip-hop, Jay-Z. This is undoubtedly Beyonce's world. We're just living in it. Yeah, so there definitely is this energy of creating your own world. Like Bjork in some way has also created her own world in a completely different way, like literally a universe that she has created that you can have access to. But yeah, so, you know, it does talk about her capitalist feminism. You know, she used capitalism. She, you know, talks about social justice, yet she, you know, engages in some practices that she does not, you know, that she preaches against. But sometimes you, like, you know, in this capitalistic society, if you want to make a change as a Black woman, especially, you know, money is going to be what is getting you there when, you know, so there is something to be said about, you know, that sort of path, and how to rise to power. But it looks like that's what's really being cleansed, is that you're just manifesting your reality. You're not letting anything, not even a capitalistic society, try to, you know, have reign over you. Right? Beyonce definitely has the world in her hand. She can do whatever she wants. Bjork. Iceland, 1965. Bjork is a singer, composer, artist, fashion icon, and actor, yet none of these labels captures her sufficiently. A relentless chameleon, she is the creator of her very own multiverse, fusing electronica, abstract beats, performance art, the avant-garde, and groundbreaking technology. Bjork operates autonomously and adrift from the mainstream of pop culture, her imagination nourished by the alien, extra-mundane beauty of her native Iceland. Her music can be simultaneously seductive and bewildering, ravishing and aggravating, a cacophony of glamour, craziness, and a fairy tale. She is a perpetual interrogator and cultural trailblazer, always remaining a giant otherworldly leap ahead of her contemporaries. Yeah, so this is also using technology that's just like beyond, right? Like I said, she creates like rooms that are instruments. She has created an entire multiverse that you can have access to if you have virtual reality goggles, like, you know, and it correlates along with the music that she creates. So she is, yeah, definitely, you know, forward thinking is what I am feeling, Pisces, which is awesome. What is the next song that wants to come out? Code of the Streets, Gangstar. Yeah, you're really learning the code, like the algorithm of how to create your own universe, even if that means going through some sort of capitalistic agenda. So it's like you found the cheat code, you're like in the system. You're like in it and you're manifesting everything around you. But there is something that's trying to overrun your heart chakra. But Pisces, welcome to Sag season. This is all about philosophy, academia, wisdom, spirituality, religion, culture, and also our luck and abundance. Sagittarius rules all things that are based on perspective, right? So the subjective, and perhaps the only objective reality, which is that everything is subjective, right? It's those annoying philosophical nuances that Sagittarians always tend to bring up, right? I have a Sagittarius Mercury and it shows. And it's these type of deterministic approaches to things that really shape how we see our world and make us biased in the most innocent ways. So this season, we are going to be taking a look at what philosophy are you stuck in and how is it blocking your abundance. And then in the extended, we are going to take a look at, we're going to take a look at a new philosophy that you can bring in order to help bring in or to get rid of the philosophy that no longer serves you. Sorry, Pisces, you know I always dissociate when I do your reading. And then we will look at how to bring in the luck and abundance, and we'll pick some oracles as well. There will also be a shuffle-mancy, which is going to be getting the music messages. I will be creating a YouTube playlist that is kind of like a playlist for music messages during the month of December. So check that out. And we are bound to experience a little culture here. Yes, we are. This spread is going to be available. I'm booking 15 of these for the month of December at $55.55. The first 10 people who book with me are going to get it for $44.44. So if you would like that 11/11 discount, feel free to email me. My link is in the description box below. And soon I will also be dropping some videos on teaching tarot. So if you're interested in learning how to read your own cards, then that is for you. All right, let's see. Let's see what philosophy is no longer serving Pisces that is blocking their abundance. We have Bob Dylan coming out stuck. So nostalgia is for two-time losers is the attitude. You know, I mean, Bob Dylan, right, he's not that great. His voice is very, you know, it's not in tune. He doesn't play his instruments very well. But he's true to himself, right? And I'm hearing one of his songs like, I want to milk the milk cow low. Like, you know, I know some Bob Dylan, and, you know, he was really glamorized for just, you know, doing his thing, but so terrible, but yet, right? That's how he got his notoriety. Anyway, so the lifestyle is don't mistake the mansion on the hill for paradise. So in terms of nostalgia being for two-time losers, it looks like, you know, like living in the past is somehow bad in some sort of way, right? Like it's for kind of losers if you are kind of focused on nostalgia, kind of focused on what is bringing you, you know, peace from your past. And don't mistake the mansion on the hill for paradise. So what I'm getting is kind of the reality that you are trying to manifest. It looks like you're in the code. You are understanding how to manipulate the matrix. But there might be some sort of kind of fantasy of like, okay, well, if I just have this, you know, house in this area, if I just had this amount of money in order to build this, like that will be my paradise. Like, don't think that anything that you can physically materialize is going to become your spiritual heaven, so to speak. And the inspiration is darkness may be falling, but we're not there yet. So yeah, it does look like the thing is you've picked up on the undercurrents of, you know, as I mentioned, we are just about to go into, I do feel that one wants to come out here. We're just about to go to, yeah, okay. Right, where the year doesn't end December 31st. It ends when we hit Aries season, and that's a while, right? And, you know, darkness is falling, but we're not totally in the darkness, and it feels like you know that. Like, yeah, the dark is in Pisces season, right? Like, December through Pisces is the darkest time of the year. And Pisces can be considered the darkest time, the darkest season, purely because of, you know, the depths of the water that we go into, right? It's like, it's like in a different dimension. So yeah, we're not there yet. This has to do with Four of Swords in reverse. Like, I don't even have a stable foundation in order to fully describe what this is. Like, I don't have, I can't keep it light when it comes to this topic. Like, I would not be able to blow bubbles about it. And because the sun's in reverse, again, I'm really getting that, like, the sun has not gone a full revolution when it comes to this, when it comes to whatever sort of, you know, issue you are stuck in about what this has to do with the past, your sort of attachment to nostalgia, well, no matter what that relationship is, and thinking that if you materialize a certain physical reality, that you're, you know, that's going to fulfill you spiritually. But yeah, the sun has not gone fully through. We have the Five of Swords. There's some sort of competition here. It's like someone has to win the conversation. And we have the Two of Wands, and that's the Twin Flame card. So it does look like it's kind of, yeah, it's part of your twin flame journey is what I'm getting, Pisces. But let's see what the next song is. Behold a Lady. Oh, there were some other ones. Whew. My Three Sons, Elvis Costello, Momofuku. So that's interesting that that came out. There could definitely be some energy with father relationships that are influenced about the code of the streets. But yeah, we have Poison, Alice Cooper. So some poison wanted to hide. It does look like there has been some poison put into this, and it feels like it has to do with whatever this sort of competition it is. And we have Behold a Lady, Andre 3000, The Love Below. So it does look like there is a lot of, you know, love towards feminine energy, like behold a lady. So there could be another sort of, you know, this is feminines competing, right? Feminines don't need to compete. There's no sort of, you know, hierarchy that there needs to be had. But since there is this kind of hierarchy, it does feel like there's love below that. There is love. But yeah, I felt like that was more up there. Let's learn a little bit about Bob Dylan before we move on. That seemed to be a separate message for some. Yeah, only the people who are on the twin flame journey. All right. Okay. Okay, Bob Dylan. Technically, United States, 1941. Technically, he's nothing to write home about. He plays the guitar badly, is terrible on the harmonica. His voice is anything but pretty, and he can barely sing in tune. Yet Bob Dylan is the most influential white American musician that rock and roll has ever produced. Inscrutable and unpredictable, an incorrigible butcher of sacred cows, he chewed up and spat out literary and folk traditions, creating a new, untamed, and elusive language of self-expression. Even after decades in the business, Dylan keeps on rolling, enveloped in a cloud of self-created mystery, stubbornly stepping out with a prevailing culture and doing what he's always done, retreating in order to move forward. So yeah, it does look like there's some energy of like retreating in order to move forward rather than actually moving forward. And it does seem like there's some, you know, energy of how you are manifesting your reality and maybe the sort of mansion on the hill. But let's see, why is this philosophy no longer serving and how is it blocking the abundance? We have the King of Wands, and behind it wanting to hide is the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Hermit coming out stuck. So it looks like you're a little bit stuck in hermit mode. This is when you withdraw your energy from a situation. So again, you know, darkness may be falling, but we're not there yet. So, that's weird. Okay, well, yeah, right? And the hermit mode is when you withdraw and go into the darkness. We're not there yet. So it does look like some more shadow work needs to be done. And don't mistake a mansion on the hill for paradise. Is I'm getting what you are learning, like how you are learning how to manipulate reality, right? Which is like what you do when you go in hermit mode, right? The fabric of reality kind of dissolves, and then you know, come back with the wisdom that you have that got you out of the darkness. So, yeah, I was seeing some like sparks and stuff, but definitely some interesting energy here. But it looks like maybe you've taken a road, you've withdrawn from kind of going into hermit mode and doing your soul lessons. Because we have the King of Wands coming out, so definitely some divine masculine energy when it comes to love, lust, passion, intensity, whatever it may be. Also spirituality, right? Fire Sagittarius is like spiritual power. So definitely some King of Wands energy, but also the King of Wands, you know, summons the Queen of Wands, you know, in order to get that. So that power is kind of always held with the feminine in some sort of way, right? It's definitely a feminine use of masculine energy, right? Creative potential. So yeah, there is definitely some heavy masculine energy. Again, we have fire, so this could be your twin flame. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is when you finish a cycle in yourself of doing all your physical work. So money, housing, physical health, physical body, like having healthy food and, you know, being ready to take care of a family, right? She's just waiting for everyone to come home. Everything is all good. So it looks like there is definitely some energy about that. So it looks like, yeah, you've kind of retreated away from doing the shadow work on what it takes for this. Let's see what song wants to come out. House of Fun, Madness. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of fun, but not necessarily, you know, some shadow work that needs to be done when it comes to closing out this Nine of Pentacles energy. With madness, this can have to do with how you get upset, right? Because if you're mad, then it's, you know, you have to be manifesting the emotional reality and spiritual reality as well as the physical. So the best #1 singles. So for some of you, this can be like it's one, right? So this is some sort of new beginning, either of like best singles. Let's see, what's the light energy here? Okay, we have the solar plexus coming out stuck. So in terms of this Nine of Pentacles, there's some solar plexus energy that's stuck here, right? And that's the ego, that's the I am, and things of that nature. So yeah, I mean, your solar plexus is like, you know, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. So it looks like getting really stuck in the ego of not having that full ego disillusionment has caused you to not be able to go into hermit mode. Tricky, psycho killer. So, okay. So things are tricky. There's some sort of psycho killer. You know, not necessarily that they, you know, are a murderer or anything like that, but might be more of a destroying type energy. Let's see more about this. What is the shadow? We have Rylu using double smash in reverse. So there's two different things. There's two different fights going on. One is with a person who seems to be just like, ugh, just this destructive force. And the other is your own solar plexus, which is, you know, ego. So it says the aura that emanates from its body intensifies to alert others if it is afraid or sad. So there is some fear or sadness sort of stuck in the sacral chakra, which is why, or in the sacral chakra, which is why there's a blockage getting up to the solar plexus. That's why it's stuck there. It's stuck in the ego. Right, and the sacral chakra is where you have connections to other people. So these are emotional connections, and yeah, it's influencing your aura, and that's blocking your abundance because your aura, you know, is how you start manifesting physical reality, including your body. So let's see. What goes around comes around, Justin Timberlake. Yeah, there is definitely this aspect of karma of what is coming around for you now, Pisces. It is getting to Pisces season, right? And when we get to Pisces season, things that start happening in Aries season, it's like, you know, that's when it's a new cycle, no matter what that means. Let's see. All right, let's get some oracle. Like I said, in the extended, we are going to take a look at what new philosophy we can bring in order to switch up this mindset that no longer serves you. And we will also take a look into some energy on how to manifest your luck and abundance. But let's see. This is my Sagittarius Mercury deck because it speaks loudly. Okay. Eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. Step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Okay, so it looks like some of you might be going over on some sort of diet. You know, I would never recommend for people to go eat bacon, chocolate, and beer, right? I usually preach the opposite, but just remember that there are some, you know, upgrades that can't be integrated at a certain rate in our, like, right? I mean, everything that you eat ultimately becomes your body, but gradual changes are the most healthy changes. So just be careful whether that means starting to eat more healthfully or maybe starting to maybe snack on some more human-made things in order to help kind of lower your vibration. Oof, that was weird. Not that you want to lower your vibration at all, Pisces, but you know what I mean. Like, if you're a high vibration, you're just out of this world. You're just dissociating the whole time. Like, you will leave your body. Of course you will. So it looks like time to get a little bit more earthling here. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask also for, I use these oracles in the extended too. Let's see if we can get a time reference. Wants to go right into my lap. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So Libra is, you know, the balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine energy. It is that yin yang. So for those of you in twin flame union or on the twin flame journey, it does seem like there is some sort of win-win outcome for whatever this is. And I feel like you already know there always is a win-win solution, right? That's why conflict is so unnecessary. So, yeah, there is some sort of win-win outcome. This could have to do with a legal situation. This could have to do with one-on-one relationship, marriage, or just in general, balancing energy out. The full moon in Libra occurs in Aries season. So, yeah, this definitely huge shifts coming out in Aries season when the full moon in Libra comes out. Big, big, big. So, like I said, if you want to find out a little bit more and get some advice how to get out of this philosophy that no longer serves you, let us see. And follow me into the extended. The link is in the description box below, along with the Shufflemancy. And if not, then I am sending you so much love. Good luck with the situation. And I'm sending you a big hug and kiss on your third eye. Mwah.